Nebraskans are helping make sure election 2024 is fair and secure.
That is really the motivation behind it, so that there are no barriers for anyone to vote, that all voters are treated equally at the ballot box and have an opportunity. If they're coming in to present themselves to vote, they have the opportunity to do that.
A Nebraska nonprofit is looking for volunteers to become poll observers. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. So who are these volunteers and what exactly do they do? Well, Channel 8's Courtney Scornia spent the day learning how she could actually become one herself.
We're just 33 days until the election, and Civic Nebraska is helping train poll observers to help keep the election safe and secure. And today, I get to become one of those poll observers. So let's go.
Let's rip.
Yeah,
all right.
let's do it.
Let's become an election protector, shall we?
Steve Smith with Civic Nebraska is walking me through the training volunteers go through in order to become a poll observer.
While we hear a lot about irregularities or concerns around the country, Nebraska's elections are generally administered very well. And so election protection, even though it's called protection, often we think of it as election improvement.
Smith tells me these volunteers are just regular people coming together to make sure everyone gets the right to vote. And Civic Nebraska lets the state know that they're coming to the polls.
It's about assisting voters both in the short and in the long term.
Gotcha. So people helping people.
Yep, essentially, yep. And they're just citizens like you and I that volunteered to do this, usually for about a 2-hour shift.
The poll observers don't touch the ballots, but instead they act as third-party witnesses who make sure there's nothing improper at the polls. They have access to a hotline should any urgent problems come up. Then Civic Nebraska will reach out to election officials to try to fix the problem.
It is one of the most important things you can do on Election Day, other than voting, is to make sure that all voters' ballots are being submitted correctly, making sure that voter experience is strong, and building up the confidence in our elections.
Smith says he's not concerned about political violence at the polls because the observers will be there.
There's a lot of noise around our elections right now, a lot of questions about whether they're safe and secure and certified. They are. Nebraska's elections are excellent, and one of the main things that our election protection volunteers do is really make sure the rules are fair, the elections are free, and there are no barriers to the ballot.
So how can people sign up for this, and how can they volunteer to be a poll observer?
Sure. You can come to civic-nebraska.org, and there's a link there on the front page for election protection. Click that link. There's a really quick form to fill out. It should take 2 minutes. We'll get in touch with you. There's a number of virtual trainings, just like the one we're doing here, that you can sign up for.
To become an election observer, all you have to do is be at least 18 years old, live in Nebraska, and attend one of the training sessions like I did today. Reporting in Lincoln, Courtney Scornia, Channel 8 News.